What is up, guys? Welcome back. Highside Broadcasting coming back to you guys again here today for the NASCAR Racing 2002 game here on the old computer. Race number 3 with our 2024 season here. Trying to get this thing lined up perfect for you guys. A little blurry for a minute, but it should be okay. I should move it down a little more. Okay, so like I said, this is going to be our third race into the season here. William Byron winning the Daytona 500. Then we go to Rockingham, where Denny Hamlin dominated for a second straight season. But he didn't win a season ago. Caution came out, kind of ruined all their days. Actually, we're not ready to show up at the track yet. Hold on. Garrett Smithley and Jimmy Johnson racing this week for another 42 car field here at Vegas. Garrett Smithley making his first race here. All right, let me go ahead and sim practice. All right, who's going to be quick in practice? Logano at the top of the board right now. We'll see if that means anything come race time. Kyle Larson struggled. He wasn't but a 10th place car a week ago. Looks like he's 11th in practice right now. His teammate Elliott right behind him. Byron in 15th. Bowman right now, the best running of them, in 6th. Tied for 6th. And 7th there with Chastain. Logano still at the top of the board. Blaney looks pretty quick. Zane Smith had a solid run a week ago. He's 22nd. Bubba Wallace 24th. Jimmy Johnson cracking inside the top 30. As we go down here and we look, looks like Justin Haley down at the bottom. Full-time driver Allmendinger's been struggling. Both colleague cars, mid-30s right now. DiBenedetto's been off to a rough start this season. Here he is 34th. We'll see where he qualifies. Our car is 32nd. A great run at the Daytona for sure for Noah Gragson. Didn't get the finish he deserved, and then a solid run a week ago. Our goal is to get that car into the playoffs this season. He's not very quick in practice. Hopefully he'll qualify better. This is our first mile and a half. We're at Rockingham, which is, I believe, about a mile. Doesn't quite run like a mile and a half does. Keselowski looking pretty quick. Then some Gibbs cars. Then there's Elliott and Larson, 6th and 7th. Alrighty. Cool Custer, 20th. That's noticeable. Let's go to qualify here, and this is important.
Drivers to their cars.
Reddick, Byron, Chastain, Gibbs. All right. Noah Gragson qualified 10th, so what do you know? Struggling in practice, but he's qualifying 10th here. He needs a good run. Logano 18th. One practice, now he's 18th. Both Legacy Motor Club cars there, 14th and 15th. Larson, 26th. Struggling early on in this season for the 5 car. All 4 Gibbs cars inside the top 8. Oh, Zane Smith struggling here in qualifying. All right, BJ McLeod 32nd. All right, Jimmy Johnson 19th. Custer didn't qualify well, but all right. Typically just skip warm up. Yes, like I was saying, Denny Hamlin dominated a week ago, got the win. Him and Chastain dominated last season. Neither of them won. Caution came out Rockingham a season ago at a bad time. Middle pit stops. Bubba Wallace there ended up getting the win. He became the beneficiary, whatever you want to call it there, from that interesting incident. But it did not happen this year. Denny Hamlin got the win he deserved. 54 laps here. Should see a pit stop. I'd imagine we probably will. They come out onto the track here. Let's get it. Tyler Reddick, William Byron, Ross Chastain, Ty Gibbs. So some different faces here at the front of the field from what we've seen other than William Byron. And Denny Hamlin dominated a week ago. Can he get another win? William Byron, again, Daytona 500 winner, going for his second win of the season already. Well, we got to watch that 5-car starting 26th today. Here we go. Green flag. Reddick off to a good jump here. Chastain underneath William Byron for second. We'll go to the spectator mode for a minute as we watch everybody. Ty Gibbs falling back pretty quickly on the outside. Elliott diving in underneath there on the bottom. You see Kyle Busch right behind him. Austin Cindric looks like he qualified relatively decent. Noah Gragson right there, right outside the top 10. John Hunter Nemechek's had a good start to the season. His teammate Eric Jones right behind him. Suarez there on the outside. Jimmy Johnson almost up to 15th already. Or he is, I believe, 15th. Almost won the Daytona 500. Couple weeks ago, Jimmy Johnson was leading on the last lap. William Byron got past him down the backstretch. What a story that would have been if Jimmy Johnson could have came away the Daytona 500 winner. So close. See Keselowski, Bowman, Briscoe all under a blanket right there. Stenhouse, Barry Logano, man, falling back. DiBenedetto underneath him. Ooh, almost 3 wide back here. You see Michael McDowell. Group of cars here. Larson has not gained any spots, looks like. Here's Hemrick, Preece, McDowell, Gilliland, Larson all under a blanket here. Larson, man, struggling right now. That's a surprise. Where's he going to be here? 29th. If Gilliland gets past him, he's going to be back to 30th. Now 31st. Kyle Larson has fallen outside the top 30. Wow. We'll go back to the front, though. Ooh, Blaney's falling back. Back to the front. Tyler Reddick out front. Ross Chastain, Denny Hamlin, second and third. William Byron back to fourth. Looks like Elliott going by Christopher Bell for fifth and sixth. Kyle Busch in seventh. Cindric inside the top 10 right now. Reddick just ran his best lap of the day, 31.321. Right behind him, a 31.2 by Ross, a lower 2 by Denny. 2s all the way throughout the field. And then you go back to 3s, a low 4, a 6. So you can see who was in traffic. Noah Gragson back up to the top 10. Again, looking for a playoff spot. That's our goal here. Highside Motorsports starting up this 98 car, Noah Gragson. Just hoping to get that car into the playoffs. Maybe win a race, but don't want to be too greedy too quick. Buying that charter from Live Fast Motorsports in the 78 last season. John Hunter Nemechek here. He's had a good start to the year, man. Reddick putting a gap on Ross Chastain. You can see Larson, he's up to 30th. Struggling right now, he is. 7.5 back is last place. Oh, only 41 cars in this. Oh, yeah, only 41 cars here. Should have been 42, but. Larson back outside the top 30. 31st. He is struggling. It is rare to see that 5-car running that bad, especially at a mile and a half. Legacy Motor Club, man, 13th, 15th, and 16th. All three of their cars running well. Tyler Reddick building that gap over Chastain, up 2/10 that time. Chris Buescher outside the top 30 as well. Allmendinger is off to a horrible start so far this season. Hemrick not too much better. Well, a little better. 24th, about 14 spots better. But Tyler Reddick right here out front. Looks like Chastain, Hamlin, and Byron closing the gap there that time. Tyler Reddick out front here. Leading laps. He had a mid-season, I'd say, a season ago. Solid season, but kind of mid. I think he only won once or twice, but out front right now, got the pole. 45 car looks pretty fast. Chastain, Hamlin, Byron right there, though. See David Starr. Probably close to half a lap down at this point. 10 seconds back, so not quite. They're running what? 31-second times, so 31, 32s. Elliott right there, rounding out the top 5. Small gap between him and William Byron. Chase Elliott's still looking for his first career win in this series. A season ago, ran the full schedule. He didn't miss any races and still did not win. So, Elliott, can he get it done? Running 5th right now. He's one of the most consistent drivers out there every single week, but just couldn't find himself in victory lane. Looks like our car, Noah Gragson, back to 11th now. Martin Truex Jr. inside the top 10. Gibbs cars right now 3rd, 6th, 10th, 9th, and 10th right there. So Austin Cindric having a solid run. He was the slowest by far, with Logano winning practice and Blaney 5th. Cindric outside the top 20. He's running 8th. Blaney has fallen back a little bit. He's 12th, and then Joey Logano 25th. So I'm not sure if practice means anything for these guys. Completely different, night and day from when they qualify and then race. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. right there in 21st. Barry looks like Jimmy Johnson, now Legacy Motor Club, is 14th, 15th, and 16th. All three of their cars. Kyle Larson, 31st. Buescher, 32nd. Unbelievable what's going on with those guys right now. Horrible. That is not good. BJ McLeod probably going to be close to half a track back this time by 12.5. So a couple seconds yet. So we should see lap traffic at some point today if we don't get a caution. Which this season's been pretty clean so far, not too many cautions. Last season was kind of the same way, though there were some races that were, you know, that first Bristol race was a wreck fest. That was a pretty crazy race. But yeah, Reddick leading his teammate 28th. Stuart Haas, best running car, looks like Prisco in 20th. And Barry 22nd, Gilliland 27th, Priest 29th. So Chase Briscoe there leading the ship for those guys in 20th. Not good for Stuart Haas. Looks like Nemechek losing a spot to his teammate Eric Jones. Ross Chastain has closed the gap on Tyler Reddick. Elliott under fire here from Christopher Bell. Bell not going to get there, though. Looks like these top 6 cars have put a gap here on Kyle Busch, who's 7th, a little further back, and then a group of cars here. Austin Cindric. See Ty Gibbs all over him. Oh, Truex all over him. Truex looking for another spot. See a lot more cars close together here. Side by side there, McDowell and Joey Logano. Gilliland, Wallace, Priest under a blanket. Larson. Looks like he's gotten by Justin Haley. I assume that's for 30th. Yep. Busher right there. Hocevar, Zane Smith, Corey LaJoy. Struggling days here for these guys. AJ Allmendier's been struggling in that 16 car. Cole Custer right now the worst running full-time driver. You see David Starr, BJ McLeod rounding out the field. Tyler Reddick still out front, maintaining a gap over Chastain and Hamlin, as they are 14 seconds over last. That should go up here probably to about 14 and a half. Yep, 14.5. So, starting to wonder, maybe we will, maybe we won't see lap traffic. Not too sure. Halfway through this thing is, what about lap 28, 27? Probably about lap 27 is halfway through this thing. And we're almost there, and they're about half a lap down. So if we do see lap traffic, it might be a car or two at most. Pit stops, obviously, changes everything up. That's probably the most likely time for a caution when pit stops come out. I just can't believe how bad Kyle Larson's running. Qualified bad. He was pretty quick in practice. Right there in 7th, so yeah, very surprising to see Chastain running so bad. Or Larson. Chastain in 2nd running well. Looks like these top 4 cars are pulling off. They've got 1.6 now over Chase Elliott in 5th, who's got Christopher Bell's fallen off of him. He's about 4 tenths. And then 9 tenths back is Kyle Busch, and then over to 2nd back is Austin Cindric. But Tyler Reddick here, dominating this one's led every lap so far. Denny Hamlin led every lap a week ago, except for pit stops. No, Atlanta's got to be coming up. That's probably the best racing track on this game. We should see a ton of lead passes when we go to Atlanta. Right there, the top 10. Noah Gragson running strong in 11th. Blaney 12th. Austin Dillon having a solid run there in 13th. Can't skip over him. He needs a solid run. Maybe that 3 car can find its way into the playoffs. Solid run here for Austin Dillon in 13th. And then the legacy cars. Oh, looks like Jimmy Johnson's lost a spot to Keselowski. But then you got Suarez behind him, Bowman, and then Briscoe rounding out the top 20. Barry right behind him in 21st. Stenhouse has lost a spot to him. 22nd. DiBenedetto 23rd. Hemrick has got by McDowell and Logano. Gilliland, Wallace. Larson's up to 29th now. He's got by Ryan Preece. You can see these cars back here not handling great. Looks like McLeod is back on David Starr. Chastain's closed the gap between Reddick. He's pulled off from Chastain a little bit. And this time by will be halfway through this thing. 16.1 back. And this time by it'll be a little more. So it'll be close if we see lap traffic. Pit stops is kind of going to decide all that. .4 back, McLeod. William Byron has gotten by Denny Hamlin for third. Those two are the only winners this season, but that could change. Tyler Reddick, Ross Chastain has built up a gap over them too. .25 laps to go, coming to 24. Tyler Reddick has led all 31 laps so far. The gap between himself and Byron is going up. Chastain closing the gap a little bit. Denny Hamlin again is falling into fourth. Chase Elliott and Christopher Bell, close intervals there. They must be having a battle. Chase Elliott still in front of Bell, so I wonder if Bell didn't get under him and then lost it. Chase Elliott holding on to that fifth position over the 20 of Bell. When and can the 9 car find its way to victory lane? Will it happen? Can it happen? If so, when? Running in that 5th spot. Tyler Reddick again still out front, dominating this one so far. Chastain not letting him get too far out. Byron and Hamlin hanging a little bit in the background there. 18.1 back, going to be a little more this time. David Starr. .8 back. Those guys losing quite a bit of time per lap. Yeah, Reddick and Chastain pulling off from Byron and Hamlin. Elliott is all over them two now. They've got to be racing for third here. These 4 cars are under a blanket. .20 to go. Josh Berry, right outside the top 20. Stenhouse, right behind him. You guys can see the gap here put between these cars now. You can see a big gap from Kyle Busch to Austin Cindric. Reddick opening up a gap now on Chastain a little bit. David Starr over 20 seconds back now. Waiting to see lap traffic, because that will play a role here in this race. It does every time. These guys struggle to get by lap traffic. Will we see a pit stop? That's going to be another question. That's the question every week. Will we see a pit stop? Chastain almost a second back. Reddick putting it on him here. You can see Hamlin putting a bigger gap now over Elliott, who Christopher Bell is back on his tail. They have a pretty big gap back to Kyle Busch, who has a probably the largest gap between cars back to Cindric, who is very close. Gibbs and Truex all over him. Looks like Gragson a couple tenths behind them, and then Blaney, and then Austin Dillon 2 seconds behind them. So you guys can see 15 to go here this time by. And Reddick maintaining a gap there over Chastain. Larson got 2 spots there. He's up to 27th. Still an awful run for that 5 car, but he's hoping he can at least get back to where he started. David Starr 21 seconds back. 15 to go here, or 14 to go now. Still can't quite see lap traffic in the rear, in the windshield for Reddick. I'm not sure if we're going to get lap traffic. We might not. They're not falling back too terribly quickly. And if we do, it won't be much. Reddick has put now over a second on the 1 car of Ross Chastain. Byron, Hamlin maintaining right there. Elliott and Bell maintaining, but they're just not gaining. So Tyler Reddick so far is dominated here at Las Vegas. This is going a lot like real life. Awfully close to it. Well, I guess it would have been Bell, not Reddick. But Byron winning the 500. See, Chase Briscoe has passed Daniel Suarez for 19th and 20th. Suarez off a pretty strong season last year. Let's see, Keselowski's up to 15th. He's now past Nemechek. Eric Jones has run down Austin Dillon. Truex is got by Ty Gibbs. Larson up to 25th now. He's got by Michael McDowell and Joey Logano. Logano falling off to 28th. Coming to 10 to go. Well over a second now. 1.3 back. Chastain now 1.4. Chastain has fallen back to William Byron. Could lose second. Danny Hamlin right there. Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell right there. 2 seconds back to Kyle Busch. Reddick in his own zip code right now. Driving away. 10 to go. Larson trying to salvage at least a midday. I wouldn't consider that even a midday for him right now. David shooting star. Probably going to be close to 24 seconds back here after this lap, probably 23.9. I'm curious to see what's it going to be. 24, yep. Tyler Reddick almost 2 seconds on Chastain now. Clear windshield ahead. Nothing in front of Tyler Reddick. Larson's lost a spot back to McDowell. Looks like Blaney's got by Noah Gragson for 11th and 12th. Briscoe got by Bowman. He's on the move. He's up to 18th. I'm not sure if we will see pit stops. If we do, it's going to be pretty late in the game. Could throw us for a loop here. We're going to have 6 to go this time by. Tyler Reddick has dominated, led every lap so far today. And second, it's about to be a battle for second. Ross Chastain, William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott under a blanket. Just a little far back is Christopher Bell. Really not far at all. These guys all under a blanket here. Elliott losing some time there off that corner. Bell, he's falling off a little bit, but Elliott lost a ton of time off that corner. He was on their tail, falling back a little bit. Christopher Bell a little further back. Hamlin a little wide there as they battle for second. 5 to go here. Will we see pit stops? If we do, it's going to change everything. Do they need to pit? And we're a little blurry here. "25 seconds back. Not going to see lap traffic here. 4 to go. Busher, 33rd. Struggle of a day for him. You see the Spire cars 34th and 35th. LaJoy's got by Carson Hocevar. Logano, 27th. He's got by Bubba Wallace. Struggle of a day for Wallace, especially his teammate out front. Tyler Reddick dominating here. Bubba Wallace in 28th. 3 to go, becoming a 2 to go. Will we see pit stops? At this point, I hope not, just to keep this race not from going crazy. 33-second lap time. You can see almost a 2-second fall off. 1.8 fall off here for Tyler Reddick. 2 to go. Coming to the white flag. Lap and a half to go for Tyler Reddick. Dominated this race. Can he get it done? If the caution comes out, he's the winner. Here he comes to take the white flag. I swear if he pits coming off of 4. Tyler Reddick, 1 to go. You can see William Byron losing 2 spots. Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin got by him. Here we go. Through turns 3 and 4. A dominating race for Tyler Reddick. And he's not going to do it. Good job coming off of turn 4. Tyler Reddick, 3rd race of the season at Vegas. He's your winner. Chastain 2nd, Hamlin 3rd, Elliott 4th, Byron 5th, Bell 6th, Kyle Busch 7th, Cindric rounding out a good finish in 8th. Oh, look at this racing going on back here. Blaney, I think, got Gibbs. Gragson is right there. Truex. Blaney ends up 10th, getting by Gibbs. Gragson salvages 11th. Some racing here at the end, or 12th. Keselowski then got by Eric Jones. So all 3 Legacy Motor Club cars, 15th, 16th, and 17th. Larson fell back down to 27th. Awful day for him. And that is gonna do it. Tyler Reddick, your winner. And yep, Atlanta is next. Atlanta, Darlington, Bristol. Oh, Bristol. No DNFs yet. Laps led. Denny Hamlin on top of that. Reddick the 2nd. Wow. Daniel Suarez and Alex Bowman have led the most laps for Chevy this year with 3. I didn't realize that. Wow. Larson led 2, Byron led 2, Busch led 2, Elliott led a lap, and that's it for Chevy. But they're still doing well. Still got Byron 2nd in points, Chastain 5th, Elliott, Busch right there in the top 10. Larson 19th. Awful day for him. See if he can't rebound next week. As we look way down here in the points. I'll post the points for our playoffs, obviously, for our standings from today, not way back then. And we'll see what they look like. Logano outside the top 30. But, all 3 races top 5s for Reddick and Byron. Talk about a great start to the season. Nothing but top 5s for them. Truex, top 10 in all 3 races, and Reddick and Byron have not finished outside the top 5, which is impressive because that includes Daytona. But with that being said, it's going to do it. We'll see you guys in Atlanta.